Hey there, guys. We're going to be going to the Laguna crown fight and going for an all mission clear on level 4. Now, this is a fight that originally I was just going to skip because it's kind of insane, 5 turns or less, no KOs, etc. It's locked to Final Fantasy VIII. The boss is extremely bulky, and you kind of got to kill it by turn 4, or the meteor he does just wrecks you. At least it killed me. Maybe there's ways to survive it, but it killed me when I tried it. But if you saw my poll video earlier, you know that I did get myself some premium squalls, and we're going to use him to carry the fight. And we're going to do it in 4 turns to just skip that meteor. So here we go. Let's try it with this party, and I think this is going to work. And I'll kind of explain what's going on. Now, this is certainly not a budget run or anything. We're using the EX2 of the brand new premium, but hopefully it works. So we're going to start off with Fujin and Ragin using Fire Resist from an Esper. We're going to use the new Neovision's Awakened Selfie to quadcast. We're going to do an 85 break. We're going to do a light, imbue, amplify, etc. We're going to do a stat buff, and we're going to do a LB fill on the party. Okay, we're going to use the base form LB of Squall to put up, Great Sword in Peril and all that, and then we're going to tag with Kyros and Ward with their Dragon Killer stuff. So they're going to send Squall, wait just a moment, send Kyros and Ward, and cap that last hit of Squall, a little bit of bonus damage on turn 1. And Lone Lion Squall can just guard. We're not really going to be using him for damage or anything. Now that I think about it, doesn't Lone Lion Squall's LB do a break? No, I guess it does. I thought it did. Maybe not. Maybe it's the SLB. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and entrust over to Squall with our Kyros and Ward, because he's going to be busy doing Imperil, Big Amplify, and Modifier Boost, so we can't use his own LB fill. We're going to use the tag chain of the LB of Kyros and Ward, just for a little bit of bonus damage right here. Get the boss a little bit weaker. Let's go ahead and use some LB fill of Selfie. And we'll just guard Squall again, because he's really just here to provoke and all that. Okay, so this turn the boss does, gravity, whatever. He also does a big fire imperil after damage. So you got to either gear for huge fire resist or remove it. We're going to remove it with Kyros and Ward. So we're going to Rage Beast Roar that fire imperil away from Squall. He's wearing a light weapon, by the way. So we're going to now go ahead and LB the premium Squall, and we're going to triple Absolute Mirror of Equity with our other Squall, and we're going to LB again with Kyros and Ward. So we're going to send Kyros and Ward first to build the chain. Then we're going to go ahead and do this. Decent chunk of damage, not quite enough, but we're going to get there in a moment. Now we're going to use Selfie to break again and just refill LB gauge. Okay, so this turn the boss does a pretty hard-hitting attack. We gave Guts to the party just in case, but it hits pretty hard. The fixed attack. Yeah, that right there. We Gutsed our Fujin and Ragin, whatever. The rest of the party had Guts. They didn't really need it seems. So now we're going to use Selfie to... Now we got to kill the boss this turn or that meteor will wreck us. So we're going to go ahead and trust over to Squall, and we're going to LB again. And this should be the end of the boss. Got it. Barely, but there it is. Yeah, you can see this boss, even with the EX2 brand new premium Squall, is pretty bulky. And yeah, if you don't kill him on turn 4, he does a meteor. It can't be nethercited, I'm told. It hits multiple times. You can't guts it. It's just obnoxious. And it kills your whole party. Or it killed my party. Maybe there's ways to survive it. I don't know, but whatever. I'm done. All missions. As you see, Premium Squall does the majority. Kyros and Ward did a decent chunk as well. And they were important. I think the boss has 20 billion HP. So, yeah, they were important to do it in 4 turns. And there are ways to do it with the Neovision's Awakened Selfie. Like, people are saying you can use her to roll her slots and get that 5% chance of the high modifier skill. I didn't want to re-roll all day for a 5% chance, so yeah, I didn't bother that route. But if you don't have Squall, maybe that works for you. I don't know. So my EX0 Selfie is just LB fill. Other than that, kind of whatever. And then the whole party has 100 fire resist after a buff. We're using an 80% buff, so that's all you need is 20% on the party, so just LB fill for her. Fujin and Raging, LB fill, some fire resist. They have 100 fire resist because they're using Rage Beast Roar to get rid of the Imperil on our Provoker, because the Imperil on turn 3 is really huge. Other than that, and Trust, and I gave them Guts because they get hit on turn 3 with the fixed attack. It kills them, but Guts will save them. Kyros and Ward are using a Greatsword because Squall does 40 Greatsword Imperil. Maxed LB damage, max Dragon Killer, 9,000 attack power. That's because of the Squall leader skill, which is kind of a big deal. And there it is. They're a tag chainer, and they did some damage. Yeah. This is Lone Lion Squall, the awakened version. He's passive provoking. With the provoker needs some wind resist. 90 is enough. So wind resist, fire resist, they do get imperiled on turn 3. It's, I think, a 150 imperil. So you would need like 300, or is it 250 imperil? I don't know. It's a big imperil. We just dispel it on turn 3 with Kyros and Ward. Yeah, so they're passive provoke, evasion. And they're also using a light weapon so that we can triple Absolute Mirror of Equity with our Premium Squall. Premium Squall in the base form is just LB damage versus dragons. Max on everything. And then Shift form is... Shift form is LB damage versus dragons. And he's using Guts. Empty gear slot because he's maxed on Esper stats by default. I don't have any Laguna, so I don't have Laguna's TMR, which would go in the empty slot if I had it. And Titus's card for the chain cap up and all that. And at EX2, without Laguna's card, he's at 12.5 attack power. At EX3 and with with Laguna's Trust Mastery, not card, he'd be a lot better. But yeah, I'm considering spending 10k to grab a guaranteed Laguna. There's a deal right now, spend 10k on the Squall banner, and you get 10 more k, and you'll get a guaranteed Laguna. I'm considering doing that for Laguna's Trust Mastery, but I don't know. I've got 2 weeks to decide. I'll think about it later. Anyway, there was the Ruby Dragon level 4 all missions. If you don't have Premium Squall, you might want to do like I was going to do and just completely ignore the fight. Just not do it, because yeah. Anyway, see you in a bit.